aitäh Ülarile ja ta võttis selle ilusa pildi ära meie 2015. aasta. Ma kahjuks algust ei saanud kuulata, et meil siin on täna auga, et meid külastab Ameerika suursaatkonna majandusesindaja ja kuulab meie nii-öelda tänast konverentsi pealt, et me pidime ütlema 2 teresõna, et Ülal sinu algust ei kuulnud, aga lõpupilt mulle väga meeldis, tekitas emotsioonina pigem armastust, sest selline pilt umbes meie linnavolikogu saalis 2015 peaks targas majas olema, kus kas me nii globaalseid trende järgime, nagu sul seal pildi peal on, aga linna juhtimise seisukohalt peaksid pildid olema küll, meil on paar volinikku ka siin saalis, peaksid olema juba harjutama sellise nii-öelda suure ekraanide visualiseerimisega. Aga läheme edasi ja võtan taskust programmi ja on meil valmis täna juba Leena Tuomi, kes kuulas meie pikka päeva ka eile ja ta räägib siis parimatest praktikatest oma kogemuse näitel. Palun, Leena.
Thank you. So good morning, everyone, and thank you for this opportunity to be here with you in this very interesting conference. So my name is Leena Tuomi, and I come from a small company called Posintra. It's a development company, and the company is situated in Porvoo. Maybe just few words first of all about the company. It was founded 15 years ago, 1998, so this autumn we had our 15th anniversary. And there are about 20 people working for this company, and our funding has come from all kinds of development projects, like funded by EU or national funding or city of Porvoo and other cities. And then this Electrical Building Services Center, in Finnish it's called Sähköisen talotekniikan osaamis- ja kehittämiskeskus. So the words this acronym comes from the Finnish words. The stock, it was founded 2005, and the city of Porvoo founded it because there are in Porvoo area there is this electrical building services industry quite a lot, and some years ago the stock was moved from city of Porvoo organization to Posintra. So now we are part of Posintra. And just to make sure that you all know where Porvoo is, it's about 50 kilometers from Helsinki to east. And now my title was Best Practices from the Energy Efficient Region in Skaftkärr. And Skaftkärr, it's an area situated in Porvoo, and city of Porvoo owns the land in Skaftkärr. Skaftkärr is a Swedish name. I know that for many Finnish people it's quite difficult to say, but it's around 400 square meters, hectares, and right now there is almost nothing else than forest, trees, rock, and so on. But during last few years we have been working quite hard to develop this area, even though it will be built or building will start in next summer. It's Skaftkärr. It's a new residential, energy efficient residential area in Finland, and it will operate as energy efficient as possible. and it will be built during next 10 years. So it's quite long-term plan, and there will be about a few thousand, maybe 7,000 inhabitants in 10 years. We hope so. But one very important thing was that this Skaftkärr project, it received funding, national funding, quite a lot. And we had a pilot project which started in late 2008 and it ended in the end of 2012, so a year ago. And in this project, it was funded by Sitra, and Sitra is a public fund in Finland. And here you can see something which Jukka Noponen, who is a director of Sitra, and actually he was like a leader or supervisor in this project. That this Skaftkärr project, it has had some, or quite a lot actually, impact on a national level. The whole idea in the project was to find out how town planning can have impact on CO2 emissions, or is there any impact? And in this case, it showed that yes, there is impact, but it depends quite a lot of what kind of primary energy the energy plant uses, or what kind of energy is used in the area. And in Porvoo, the situation is very good because the local energy company, Porvoon Energia or Porvoo Energy, it uses very much renewable energy. I think that this year they started a new plant, and nowadays they use their energies almost 90%. It comes from renewable energy. And also in this Skaftkärr project, Porvoon Energia, they had many calculations and also many plans about the use of solar energy on a broader scale. And in this picture you can see here how it will look if they have this huge solar panel plant in the future. This is the power plant here. I think there's also the new plant. But they haven't, Porvoon Energy, they haven't made any decision on the investment yet, because they are still thinking, and they have to have some more calculations. But it would be very interesting if we have this district heating, which would be almost 100% coming from the new, renewable energy. But we will see. Okay, energy efficiency as a cornerstone for town planning. And here is a part of the Skaftkärr area. It's called Toukovuori. And this is the new neighborhood which will be, our building will start next summer. And right now there will be many one-family houses, and right now this time families, they can apply for a plot from city of Porvoo. And I think that maybe 15 to 20 plots have already reserved from this area. And here you can also, in the map, you can see this blue line. One idea was that also transportation should be very low, have very low emissions. And this blue road it's called a fast, high quality bicycle lane. It's meant for bicycles, pedestrians, and also for public transport, but not for cars. So cars, they have to ride a little longer way to get to town, because this area it's about from 3 to 5 kilometers from city center of Porvoo. And also building supervisor became a very important role in this Skaftkärr project. Also, counseling and training of one-time home builders is very important nowadays, because these building and construction regulations, they have changed and they are changing all the time. And for families, it can be very hard to find out what kind of house they want to build. Will they build a low energy house or nearly zero energy house or passive house, or what kind of house they can build? And anyway, in Finland, usually you ask from your friends or from building supervisor of the city. So, and we have had or there is also project funded by Tekes and Sitra, where building supervisors, they have been learning new things, and they have also they have changed their ways to work with builders. So it's very important issue, this one too. And then always very important is cooperation with different parties. And even though the city of Porvoo, it's quite a small town, 50,000 inhabitants, but still those officers working in Porvoo, they don't talk with each other so much. I think it's same almost everywhere. That in this project, when we have had some meetings, there have been a lot of city officers sitting around the table, and they have been talking to each other that if we do that way, then you should do in different way. So it's about information flow. So, and now these people, they know each other better, and it's easier to cooperate also in the future. And of course there have been a lot of other authorities, also energy producers, contractors, device manufacturers, companies, and also future residents involved in this project. And then very popular issue, making electricity use visible. And in Posintra company we have developed, we call it ASEMO, and it's a real-time electricity monitoring system. Well, it's a standalone and so on. But the idea is that when you buy a plot from city of Porvoo, it's usually the price of the plot is about maybe 30,000 euros, 40,000 euros. So you will get a 1,000 euros reduction if you take this ASEMO in use in your house. And this ASEMO device, it's about 300 euros right now. And the idea here is that we will develop an energy efficient living lab here in Skaftkärr. Just like you have here this Tarkmaja here, it's also like a development platform. So in Skaftkärr we will develop this living lab where residents are involved. So we'll see how we will succeed. And when this Skaftkärr project, when it ended a year ago, but luckily we had a new project coming, and this project is called IDEAS, and it's EU research and development project. And there are partners from Finland, England, France, and also from Israel. And the idea here is, in Finland there is partners are VTT, Porvoon Energia and City of Porvoo, and Posintra works as a subcontractor to City of Porvoo. But the idea is that in France they will develop an energy management system, and it will be piloted in 2 cities. In Bordeaux, France, it's a university campus, and in Porvoo, Finland, in Skaftkärr area. So in next summer there will be some pilots, experiments in this area. And now I know that you think about that, what kind of experiments anyone can do if there are not any houses yet. But I forgot to mention that we have another small residential area called Omenatarho, Apple Garden. It's just next to this Skaftkärr area, and there are about 30 new houses, and those inhabitants will be as a pilot inhabitants next year. Okay, so we also have had some other pilots and demos, and I have 2 examples of this. Well, last summer we had this electric bus was tested for 3 weeks in Porvoo. Well, Porvoo it's very beautiful and old town, and there are a lot of tourists visiting in the summertime, also in winter time. And we had this was also EU structural funds project, and this bus was made by Siemens, and also Veolia Transportation was involved in this project, and of course City of Porvoo and Porvoon Energia. And we hope that maybe in the future there will be more electric buses running in Porvoo area also in public transportation. And another example or a demo house, there is a newly built Finnish family house in Porvoo, and luckily the house owner started work for Posintra a year ago, and this is very I will call this smart house. And now this home owner, he has made a lot of new things at his home, and here is an example of what kinds of technology and what kind of things is in the house. And the idea is just that this home automation system, it gets some input from weather forecast and also energy prices from Nord Pool spot. So what is the energy price level in next few hours. And then there is home automation, water pulses input, and also KNX automation. And this whole system, it controls heating and light, maybe lighting and so on. And if you are interested in this, then we have this one person who knows everything about this smart home. I don't know about this technological thing so much, but it's very, very interesting and shows that we can have a smart home also in reality. Networking, it's always very, very important thing in development work. And we have also, we are a partner in a project. It's called Kesti, and it's a project to find or network around Baltic Sea. And we have been benchmarking Malmö and Hamburg and Copenhagen, and now the next country will be Estonia in March. And then the last journey will be to St. Petersburg. And we will have a symposium next autumn in Finland, and the idea is to find out some ideas to have a funding and money from EU. So we know that now these new projects in EU, it's better to have a large consortium. So it's not enough to have companies and cities and so on in Finland. Now we have companies and cities in Finland, maybe in Estonia, Sweden, somewhere else, to have a good project. So, as in a summary, I would say that these are the best practices from the energy efficient region Skaftkärr so far. So, thank you very much for listening.